Okay, for this effect, we need 12 cards, 12 random cards, and you can have the spectator freely choose these, actually. So I'll go ahead and just deal out 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards. The spectator can freely mix these cards as much as they would like. Now what you need to do as the spectator, once you actually collect up these cards, take a peek at the bottom card. So as you kind of just square them up, catch a little peek at the bottom card and note the identity of that card. Now, if for some reason you don't quite get a glimpse at that point, I just kind of tap the packet on the table as if you're squaring it up, and you can kind of catch a glimpse of that bottom card. Just don't look at it directly, or certainly for very long. Okay, now because I don't have a spectator here, what we're going to do is we're going to replace that bottom card with one that's clearly marked, glimpsed bottom card. Okay? And so once you have that, once you have that bottom card noted, what you would normally do is show them the identity of the top card. Now, once again, since I don't have a spectator here, we're going to replace that one with the one over here that says spectator chosen card. Okay, but just realize that this would normally be a random set of 12 cards for which you've noted the identity of the bottom card. That's the only information you have, and ideally the spectator doesn't know that you happen to have noted the bottom card, okay? And you've shown them the top card, okay? So that's where we are. Well, since the card's on top, we probably should bury it somewhere in the middle of the packet. And that's what we're doing here. Boy, the cards are just being scrambled. Now, at this point, what we're going to do is something called the first shall be last and the last shall be first shuffle. So how this works is I just begin dealing until you, ideally, tell me to stop. So maybe you tell me to stop there. Okay, tell me when to stop. Stop there. Stop there as well. Okay, first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So you just stack them in opposite order. That's all that means. So let me deal out again until you say stop. One more. Okay. Stop there. Stop. Just stop right there. And stop there. Very good. First shall be last, and the last shall be first. Okay. Now, we could do as many of those as you like. So just know that in practice, you can do this first shall be last, last shall be first, until the spectator's, confident that the cards are beyond the knowledge of anyone. And then once you've done that, what we're going to do is I'm just going to set out pairs, and you're going to see what happens because of those markings, and I'll explain that here. So I'm going to put these out. Okay, wow, look at that. Can you see something very important? Our glimpsed bottom card, it just happens to be paired with that top card that the spectator noted. How curious is that? Well, guess what? That always happens, okay, because of the mathematics involved here. Now, we're not going to go deeply into the mathematics. This is meant for kind of a general audience. But just know that if you follow the steps that I've shown you, and I'll teach you the shuffles in a second, this will always happen. You'll get to the end, and what you'll need to do is just locate where is your glimpsed card. And, of course, we can see it's here. And then you'll know without a shadow of a doubt that the card paired with it is the spectator noted card. Okay, and then you know all of this. The spectator doesn't know that you know anything. In fact, as far as they know, these are 12 random cards that no one has seen yet, except for them. They saw that top card. So now at this point, you can come up with creative ways to reveal that this is their card. You don't necessarily have to jump to it right away. You can say, well, let's see, which pair contains your card? I think your card is black, so it can't be in here, okay? So it can't be that one, or it can't be this one. It can't be this one. Wow, it's got to be one of these. That's a lot of cards. I just know it's black. Heck. It's not a face card, because when I was thinking of the card that you were looking at, I thought, I don't think you're looking at a face card. Oh, wait a second. It's not a regular number card either, like, 2468. It's got to be this one. Now, we often think of that as a 1, but the letter A is not the numero 1. I think it's this one. In fact, the more I focus on that card, the more convinced I am that that is indeed the card that you saw at the beginning. Is that true? Is this the card you saw? And then hopefully they'll come clean and say, yes, how did you do that? How is that possible? Or if they decide to kind of fib, you can press them a little further and say, so you're telling me that this is not the card that you actually saw? And you can kind of look at them with a skeptical expression like, oh, wait a second, I think you're lying, that this is actually your card, right? And, they'll probably crack a smile or somehow lose their poker face and give away that, yes, this is your card. And then they'll say, how in the world did you do that? How did you do that? Okay, so let's kind of teach you the shuffles involved. And this will work for you every time. So you need 12 random cards. So let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 10. And then for the sake of illustration and demonstration, we'll go ahead and just put this one on the bottom, even though it would just be some random card that you would note. You'd need to glimpse it. And then this would be some random card that the spectator is going to see. You won't see it, right? Okay? And so once you've glimpsed the bottom card and shown them the top, I did something called a Charlier 1. Okay, so I have a video on the Charlier Shuffle if you want to look at it on the Hidden Structures channel. So a Charlier 1 is where you push over one card, and then one from the bottom goes on top. This top card goes on bottom, bottom to top, top to 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 bottom, bottom to top. Okay, so that's a very convoluted shuffle. It's one that would be really hard to follow. And the spectator will know that somehow their card is like buried somewhere in the middle there. Now, if you're really understanding that shuffle, you know exactly where their card is, but for most spectators, they'll just figure, okay, well, it's beyond the knowledge of anybody at this point. And then the next shuffle that I did is something called the first shall be last, the last shall be first. And so how this works is just as I demonstrated. You begin dealing until the spectator says stop, and then you deal into another pile. Maybe they say stop there, another pile. Maybe they say stop there, another pile. Maybe they say stop there. And then the key is you need to stack from right to left, okay, for this shuffle to work. Okay, so that's inherent in the name of the shuffle. It's called the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So it's like you're dealing out, and the very last card to be dealt actually is the one over here. So the first shall be last and the last shall be first. That's picked up first. And then you just go in opposite order. And you can actually do as many of those as you like, and it will not hurt where we're headed. Okay, and then once you've done enough of those to the satisfaction of the spectator, what you do is perform what's called a Klondike shuffle. So you hold the cards in what's called biddle grip like this, and then you take the bottom card and the top card off together as one, and you just set them down like this, like that, like this, that, like this, and then like that. You just set them down as pairs. And now what you need to do is just locate your glimpsed card. It's over here, okay? And then just rest assured, because of the mathematics, your glimpsed card will be paired with the spectator noted card, okay? That will always happen. And then from here, you just use your creativity to decide, okay, how to kind of reveal the fact. Because you already know the answer. You know it's there. But you may want to stretch it out a little bit to create some tension, I guess. So, you know, I kind of showed you one way to do it. You could say, well, I'm pretty sure it's in a pair of cards of kind of low value. Like the 10, that's too high there. So I don't think it's in that. Yeah, that's king's really high. Oh, there's now throughout the 10. So those are pretty low valued. So are these over here. Those are pretty low. I don't think it's a number card. How's that possible? I mean, these are all numbered cards, right? Aren't they? Aren't these all numbered cards? They're not? Oh, well, I guess that's true, actually. An ace is technically not it's an A, right? It's a letter of the alphabet. It stands for ace. So I don't think it's any of these. And this is a numbered card, so it's got to be this one. Am I right? Is that your card? You know? And so however you want to dress this up at the end for the reveal, but the fact is you know what their card is because it'll be paired with your Glimpse card. So take a look at other videos on the Hidden Structures channel. There's hundreds of them, and many of them have detailed tutorials. And quite honestly, many of them go pretty deeply into the mathematics as well, if you're interested. So thank you for watching.